Among all the questions that you have to answer when you're starting a startup, choosing your team is among the most important by far. And inside those decisions, choosing your co-founder is even more important than anything else, because at the beginning it's literally you and your co-founders that control and take care of everything. In the next 3 episodes, including this one, I want to answer the most frequent questions that I get about co-founders. Number one, how do you meet your co-founder and how do you make sure you guys get along well? Second, how do you split your company shares among your co-founders? And then third, last but definitely not least, what do you do if things go wrong? And to make it a bit more interesting, I'm going to try and answer all 3 questions on my way down to the lake, which is a walk that I take almost daily. So, question number 1, how do you meet your co-founders and how do you make sure it's a good fit? Well, there's no good answer to the first part of the question. You could meet your co-founders anywhere. The important piece is that you find someone that shares your passion. That could be at university, it could be at your previous job, but it could also be at a startup event where you proactively look for someone that shares the same interest. I think what's more important than finding people is making sure that you really get along well. Because after all, being co-founders is not something that you can change easily. And most likely you're going to be in this together, not just for a year or 2, but more likely for a decade. So when it comes to figuring out if you are a good fit for each other, things that I've seen do well is if you plan challenges together. If you push yourselves to the limit a bit. And one way to do this would be to go on a team retreat. Recently with Tomahawk.VC, we went on a retreat, and to make things a little more interesting, we fasted for 3 days. This was not known to Massimo and Claude, who joined me on that retreat, and that definitely led to some interesting situations. If you want to see more about that, go over here and click to see our 2-part video on the recent retreat that we did. All right, so before we're going to switch to the other 2 questions, to quickly summarize, it doesn't really matter where you're going to find your co-founders. Speak up, mention your idea to a lot of people, and I'm sure you'll find someone with similar interests. Second, don't rush into the relationship. It's extremely important that you and your co-founders are a good fit, not just for this year or this month, but for the next decade, ideally. And with that, have a beautiful day, stay curious, and I'll talk to you soon. Hey, if you like this video and you would like to do me a huge favor, then please smash that like button and subscribe. That's great for the YouTube algorithm and more people will see it. It will also make sure you will get to see all the upcoming videos on essentialism and entrepreneurship. And if there's a question or topic you would like me to cover, please let me know in the comments.